One thing that all successful agencies have is good client case studies. Doing them the right way, they don't just showcase your work. They also attract high-paying clients who come to you pre-positioned to buy. Now, in the last couple of years, I've scaled my own marketing agency to $7 million per year and helped over 150 other agencies hit 7 figures. And in this video, I'll break down exactly how you can create compelling client case studies that do the selling for you so that you can get clients a lot easier. Let's dive in. All right, let's start with why case studies are critical. Most agencies get trapped into chase mode of trying to find clients. Cold calling, cold email, constantly prospecting. Every sale feels like an uphill battle. Clients are defensive from the very beginning. When you have powerful client case studies, these position you as an expert in the industry. Clients can see your value before they even have to speak with you. They come in pre-positioned to buy. It completely shifts the script from you chasing them down to them seeing your expertise, your proven results, and coming to you pre-positioned to buy. Anybody can claim to know digital marketing. Anybody can create content on this topic. Websites, SEO, paid search, social media, marketing automation. But when you have case studies showing exactly what you did, the results that you achieved, prospects believe that you can get them the same result. And that's the power position that you want to be in. Before I dive deeper, if you'd like some hands-on help from us to grow your digital marketing agency, the same way we've helped over 150 other agencies scale to $1 million per year and beyond, then click the first link in the description and book a free agency acceleration call. Back to the video. Here's my 4-step framework for creating compelling case studies and making it as simple as possible. Number 1, start with the intention to knock it out of the park for every single client. Begin every client relationship with the intention of creating an amazing result, and a result so good that the client would be happy to sing your praises, happy to be a featured client case study, happy to talk to you about your services with others in the industry. Make this mental mind shift with you and your entire team. Doing it with your entire team is really important because there was a time in our agency where we were getting case studies for the first couple of years, but as I removed myself from different positions in the company, right? I removed myself, first of all, from account management, and then I removed myself from sales. I was less involved in the day-to-day, and we were getting less and less client case studies. And so I had to really reignite the passion for these case studies, the importance for these case studies, and get the team involved in the process as well. This shift alone can really improve your client service, which is going to improve your client retention, which is going to improve everything that you do. So that's the first thing, is really we want to crush it for our clients, right? And that has to be the intention. Number 2 is we want to choose the format. When you're creating a case study, you really have 2 powerful formats that you can choose from, and each serve a different purpose. First format is a client interview, and that you can do just as a live video-based recording with the client. You can do it on Zoom, you can do it on Riverside, you can do it on Restream, you can use directly like the Descript interview process. But the point is, you're going to bring the client on, you're going to be video camera on, they're going to be video camera on, and you're going to ask them a series of questions. The key is that you ask the right questions in the right way that create a compelling narrative, that can create a compelling gap, that can show the outcomes. And so I would encourage you to craft your set of questions that are going to be very similar from one client to the next. Typically what we ask, we'll get the client on Zoom and we'll say, hey, who are you and what services do you provide? What were the problems you were looking to solve when you partnered up with our agency? Why did you choose our company? What did we implement for you? What are the outcomes that you've achieved since we started to work together? And how has this positively impacted your life and your business? And is there anything else you'd like to share with somebody that might be thinking about partnering with our agency? Just a couple of questions. Those questions prompt a before and an after. Really, and that's really what we want. They were here, they were struggling with this, and after, this is where they are today. This is how life is different and better. This format builds trust through authenticity, and there's nothing more powerful and impactful than hearing directly from your clients. And this is perfect for the emotional buyer because they can connect with the story, right? We always hear that people buy based on emotion, but they justify based on logic. This is a great way to tell the story from the client's perspective. And the clearer questions are, the clearer you drill down with the intention. I want them to say, I was here and this was the problem, to I got to here and this is how life is better. That creates a great case study. That's the interview style. The second format would be to do a video-based overview of the results, right? And this is more the logical style, right? A logical style would be, let's pull up the client website, let's pull up their tracking, let's pull up all the details about their current results. That you can record yourself in the absence of the client. And so for this, you could do a presentation showing before and after metrics, walk them through screenshots of their rankings, the website traffic, analytics, talk about your process. So like, hey, here's the client, here's what we're seeing in our reporting, here's where they're coming up in the the rankings. And here's what we did. This is how we structured the website. This is how we built the authority. This is how we, created the conversion factors that generated that outcome. Make sure that you're clear on the numbers and the return on investment. This is going to really resonate with your analytical buyer who wants to concentrate on the evidence. What's beautiful is you can pair these up, right? You can have the client tell their story and you can have your case study. You got it on video that you can share. You can take that video, turn it into a PDF. You can use it a lot of different ways. That was step number 2, is where we're creating the format. Step number 3 is to actually interview your clients. Again, this can be done via Zoom or whatever platform you choose. Let the client know the questions you're going to ask in advance so they can be prepared. Keep the interview conversational and authentic. The key, again, when we actually have the interview going, is we're trying to capture the from to the to and the transformation. So don't just focus on how great your services are. The key is the transformation. Here's where we were and here's where I'm at today. I was doing $1 million per year and I was struggling because we weren't keeping the trucks running. Now we're doing $3.5 million per year and I've been able to retire my wife and buy my dream house, right? That's a transformation from a struggling from to an amazing to, and how life is different and better. Now, step number 4, once we've got the case study, we can leverage it in a lot of different ways to attract your ideal clients. Once you have the client case study, your job is to squeeze the most juice out of it possible, that your ideal clients see it and they see what's possible when they get their internet marketing right, or when they partner with your services. So the best ways to use this is email the case study out to your prospect list. I like a 2-step, especially if this is a cold list. You'd say, hey, you documented this case study. This client went from this to this. Would you like me to send it? That's great for cold. For your existing database, kind of the people you're on your nurture list, you can send it out directly. How XYZ company generated XYZ result, and actually link directly to the place where they can access it. Post it on your social media profiles. Post it on your Facebook group if you have one. Run targeted Facebook ads to your ideal clients featuring this case study, right? How XYZ company got X result. Click here for free access. And then add this to your website. So you've got a place on the website where people can review all of the case studies. Again, this is something we want to do every single quarter. They can see, wow, look at the great results this company produces, and then add it to your warm-up sequence and or your nurture sequence. So if you have people scheduling in with you and you want them to see some proof in advance that this was a great client case study, this could be one that you drip. You can also add it to your long-term nurture. So somebody opts into your world and they start getting your guide or your book or whatever resources that you give. The 3rd, 5th, 7th email could be a case study, right? You can start to pile these case studies on. So over time, they see these case studies and you've got it as part of your workflow to move people from interested to, all right, now I'm ready. So that's my system for creating client case studies that position you as the expert in your niche and getting clients to come to you pre-positioned to buy. When you commit to creating at least one new client case study every quarter and follow this framework, you'll see a huge shift on how prospects perceive you and your agency and how easily you can close new business. If you're looking to grow to 7 figures using the same roadmap that over 150 other agencies have used to hit $1 million per year, we're currently offering free agency acceleration sessions where we craft a game plan for you to scale to the next level. To schedule that, just click the first link in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next video.